Good evening and welcome into Lincoln High School. Thanks for joining us for some Lincoln basketball coverage on Oregon Sports Beat. My name is Sean MacPherson, joined tonight by Joel Sobotka. And Joel, we have a PIL matchup towards the end of the season with a lot of stakes, a lot on the line here in Lincoln High School as the Cardinals put their undefeated conference season at stake against the second best team in the conference right now.
They do, and an opportunity to clinch the league outright, the PIL tonight with a victory for Lincoln. But, you know, these teams played almost 2 months ago, which is unheard of in conference play, and it was a good game. It ended up being, I think, a 5-point game that Lincoln pulled out at Cleveland back in December.
Had the chance to talk to Sam Glasgow, the head coach for Cleveland, first-year head coach. And he was saying they played so early in the season. It was the fourth game of the season with a first-year head coach, second-year head coach for Lincoln. A little bit of a disadvantage, he felt. So maybe a little bit more of an even playing field. And he also mentioned his team far more improved from when they lost by single digits earlier in the season.
Without question. You know, when you're a brand new coach and you've taken over a program you're trying to put in your system, and then you look at the other side with Lincoln with 9 seniors that all pretty much play. Coach Seeley Roberts has done a tremendous job, but they sort of hit the ground running this year.
Currently playing the hype video, a rare feat in high school basketball, but nonetheless, first-year gym, 9 seniors on the squad. Lincoln with high hopes for the season as Heather Seeley Roberts hypes the fans up. Again, the second-year head coach for the Lincoln Cardinals. Does look like Jahala Van will get the start tonight at guard, a difference from past games. Blake Johnson has been the starting guard in games past. Moroni Seeley Roberts gets the start, the senior. Jimmy McCartan also will start at the forward spot. And the two bigs for Lincoln, Malachi Seeley Roberts and Graham Eikenberry. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, again being coached in his first season by Sam Glasgow, assistant coaches Jonathan Surgeon and Will Bradley. Starters look like this for the Warriors. SC Tresvant will get the start, as well as Jamel Pichon. Jackson Owens and Josh Huss will also get the start. And then, arguably the best player on this Cleveland squad, Jackson Cooper, a player to watch tonight.
Yeah, 6'5" inside. I watched him last year in the 6A state tournament over at the Giles Center and really impressed with his feet, his hands, and I think he's just gotten better. Can even step out and shoot a 3.
And we're underway. Cleveland with possession. Lincoln with a chance to take the PIL tonight. Undefeated so far, 14-0 in conference play. 10-3 is Cleveland in conference play. Ball up top with Jackson Cooper. Now with SC Tresvant.
I think if Cleveland has their way, they'd like to see Cooper bring Graham Eikenberry away from the bucket a little bit.
Tresvant attacks. Tough shot with the left, won't go. He gets his own rebound, and he puts it back up and in.
Nice follow by Tresvant, staying with it underneath.
Now up top, here's Malachi Seeley Roberts.
Got to pick him up as soon as he crosses half court. He's got deep, deep range.
Guarded closely and a takeaway. Keyshawn with the ball. He lobs it up the court. Possessed by Cleveland. A floater is up and in. Jackson Owens cashes in, and it's a 4-0 start for the Warriors.
One thing is you're not going to see Cleveland back down. You know, I think they've been looking forward to this game for a while.
Straightaway 3 is up and in. Moroni Seeley Roberts gets the scoring started for the Cardinals. Give him 3.
And anytime Lincoln scores, they're going to get right to the press.
Full court press. SC Tresvant took a spill. Late call, but it looks like they will mark a foul against Lincoln. But Lincoln loves the press. They want to speed this game up. Again, talking to Coach Glasgow earlier, said Lincoln probably wants to play this game in the 80s, 90s. I think Cleveland wants to slow this down in the half court.
Yeah, they're going to take and attack and take easy baskets, but they don't want to get in a shootout. And Lincoln will press you, and with their length, they're the tallest team in the state. With their length, their press is very, very effective.
Well, up top, Tresvant. Nice crossover and a pull-up jumper from the right side. No, won't fall. Back up Lincoln's way. Up top, Moroni Seeley Roberts attacks the basket and kisses it up and in. 5 for Moroni Seeley Roberts.
He's so good in and out, can score from the perimeter as you saw earlier, and then attack the rim as well.
Ball across the timeline. Up top with Cooper. His three. Short. Claimed by Malachi Sealy-Roberts. Here's Vaughn. Now to Eikenberry. And he kisses it off the glass and in. So 2 for Eikenberry, and now 7-4 for Lincoln.
Really good transition by Lincoln. They do a super job of throwing the ball up the sideline and then running their post to the rim, looking inside for Eikenberry.
Cooper attacks Eikenberry, and a nifty finish.
Yeah, use the rim so he avoid the block shot there. Nice job.
Just under 3 minutes into this one. Lincoln with a 7-6 lead, and Malachi Sealy-Roberts feels the pressure and is fouled.
Yeah, I think you're going to see SC Tresvant try to pressure Malachi. He's got such a size advantage on him, but try to pressure him.
Ball goes cross court to Moroni Sealy-Roberts. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Here comes Jackson Cooper racing down the floor. No look pass, 3-point attempt, and that one is good. SC Tresvant with 5.
Back and forth.
Malachi Sealy-Roberts triggers one. Won't fall. Here comes Jackson Cooper. 2-on-2 break. And a nice takeaway. Turnover. Here's Van. The Sealy-Roberts cross-court pass. McCartan has a good look at 3. Won't fall. Ball tipped around and claimed by Cleveland. 2-on-1. Pull up 3. Tresvant. Off the back iron, and he gets the shooter's bounce.
Friendly roll, and you see Cleveland attacking in transition, getting wide open looks right now.
8 points for SC Tresvant. 4:20 left to go in the first quarter. 12-7 Cleveland. Get the feeling we're in store for a good one tonight.
Oh.
And too much pressure. Tresvant thought he had the steal, but they get him on a foul.
Yeah, pretty good job of pressure, and he went after it there. Again, trying to really climb up into Malachi Sealy-Roberts.
Will Susak enters the game. First one off the bench for either team. SC Tresvant with 8 points. He takes a seat. Here's Moroni Sealy-Roberts. He'll have the ball in his hands quite a bit tonight. Attacks the basket, takes some contact, no call. Misses the shot and tips it out of bounds. So it'll be Cleveland ball.
Yeah, one of the big areas to keep an eye on is how Cleveland does on the backboards. You know, with their size, Lincoln just punishes teams on offensive rebounds. And if Cleveland can control the defensive rebounds and attack, they'll get some good looks in transition.
Cleveland doing a nice job breaking that press. Pichon in the right corner. Ball swinging around. Owens is blocked by Eikenberry, and the ball's claimed by McCartan. Here comes Malachi.
There's that length again from Lincoln.
Eikenberry down low. Moroni Sealy-Roberts kicks it out. McCartan, another straight look at 3, and this one falls.
I think they got him for a 2. He said his toe is on the line. Good in and out game, though. Moroni Sealy-Roberts understands getting triple teamed inside, finds the open shooter.
McCartan's had a couple of wide open jump shots here early. Now he's 1 for 2. They did give him just a 2, though. It's 12-9. Nice move by Pichon to free up space, and they call McCartan a foul.
Give it to Malachi, I think, Sealy-Roberts.
So SC Tresvant was leading the team in points. I didn't catch it, Joel. Does he have 2 fouls?
He might have 2. I think he does have 2. He got 2 quick ones, and that's why he came out, because I wouldn't think he would come out at all.
That's right, yeah. Frustrating thing for Cleveland because he had the hot hand early as Pichon misses the first free throw. It's 12-9 Warriors.
And he's sort of their leader, not only offensively, but you can see defensively as well.
First point for Pichon, 13-9. Malachi Sealy-Roberts, standing at 6'8", takes the ball up for the Cardinals. Here's Jahala Van. Usually comes off the bench for this team, starting in place of Blake Johnson tonight. All the way across the court, Van. Good look at 3, in and out.
Nice job by skipping the ball. Lincoln got a wide open look again.
Ball finds the right side, corner 3, no good. Josh Huss couldn't make it fall. Now here to Malachi Sealy-Roberts. Stops at the elbow, puts up a jumper. No good.
Lincoln right into the press, even on a missed shot.
2-on-1 after breaking the press. And kissing it off the glass is Jackson Owens. Give him 4.
Really nice job of attacking, but being under control. 2-on-1, drew the defender and dropped it off to Owens.
15-9. And a turnover against Lincoln. Malachi Sealy-Roberts just lost it. And now here's a layup. Will Susak with his first points of the night. The left.
Nice look by Jackson Cooper. A little backdoor action for the Warriors.
A dream start for Cleveland. Moroni Sealy-Roberts has been cold so far tonight.
Yeah, I give Cleveland a lot of credit. We've both seen Lincoln earlier this year, and when they get out and go and really run, they're tough to handle. But right now, Cleveland's sort of controlling tempo and really kind of beating Lincoln at their own game right now.
3 subs in for Lincoln. It's Isaac Margolis, Blake Johnson, and Evan Heisler. Another turnover for the Cardinals. A dream start for Cleveland.
Really is. You couldn't ask for much more. Controlling tempo. They don't have anything early in transition. They're going to make Lincoln have to guard them.
Jackson Cooper.
Tough
nice
shot.
use of the pivot foot, but he couldn't get it to fall. 1:20 left to go in the first quarter. Van thought about the 3, takes 1 dribble, long 2, long. Ball goes out of bounds. Who's it off of? It'll stay here.
Looks like Coach Roberts going to take a full timeout here, talk things over a little bit.
We'll go ahead and stay here, but Heather Sealy-Roberts does take her first timeout of the game. 17-9 with 1:14 left to go in the first quarter. I think both teams have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder tonight. You start with Lincoln, 0-3 against the Warriors last season. They fall to them in the playoffs after Cleveland took the PIL crown. Kind of a double sting there for Lincoln last season. For Cleveland, you fall to Lincoln earlier this season. You look at Lincoln right now as kind of the crown jewel of the PIL conference. They're 1 game away from winning it all. Cleveland's got a lot to play for. They can keep themselves in the race. And the coach also mentioned you want to avoid West Lynn this year. They're the hot team. If they're the 16th seed right now, so they want to avoid some of those strong teams and climb up in the rankings themselves. So a lot to play for on both sides.
Well, and I'll tell you this, as a former coach, a win here by Cleveland on the road at Lincoln would really improve their OSA ranking.
Yeah, 16 right now, and Sam Glasgow, the head coach, said he doesn't want to look ahead, but if he had to look ahead in the second round of the state playoff, they would run into West Lynn.
Yeah, and I don't care who you are, whatever team you are, you want to play your best basketball going into March. You could be great in December, but if you're not on your game when you get to March, it's not going to matter.
Back underway. Just over a minute left in this first quarter that's been owned by Cleveland. Jahala Van in the right corner. Here's Margolis, new sub. Swing pass to Blake Johnson. And a foul.
I think they're going to get Josh Huss inside, but I'll give Cleveland credit. They are really trying to front Moroni Roberts in the post, actually all the Lincoln posts, and they're doing a nice job of fighting and battling, trying to get around, and it makes it tough to throw it in there. Got him for a hold there, but he was working.
3 team fouls against the Warriors. Moroni Sealy-Roberts catch and shoot right off the inbounds pass, and he gets that one to fall.
I've watched Lincoln play several times now, and I don't know if there's anybody in the state better with their baseline out of bounds plays, scoring off of those plays.
Nice backdoor cut. Unable to get it to fall was Pichon. Back the other way, here's Margolis. Cross-court pass, Pichon took it. Now here's Pichon racing down the court. Floater and offensive foul. So make it the 4th team foul against Cleveland.
Yeah, difference there in the college game and the high school game. There are no restricted arcs, so you can basically be under the rim taking a charge. In college, that would have been a block.
So Pichon has at least 1. We know that SC Tresvant, we think, has 2. So fouls, something you got to watch for if you're Cleveland, if you're some of your star players.
Yeah, that's another turnover. Lincoln, I think at least 5 turnovers so far in this first quarter. Uncharacteristic of the Cardinals.
Cleveland will get the last shot. It's a jumper from the left side, and that one's good. Ben Lyons gets it to fall.
Oh, great steal by Pichon.
A steal and a heave at the buzzer, won't fall, but still a great quarter for the Cleveland Warriors. 19-11, about as good of a start as they could have had. And if you're Heather Sealy-Roberts in the huddle, you're talking to your team about how sloppy you've been. A number of turnovers so far, and Cleveland is just kind of, even though Lincoln's the team that wants to sloppy this game up and be in the press, it's been Lincoln that's been sloppy with it.
Yeah, and their game plan is to go inside. They have such size inside, they have an advantage, but at some point if teams are going to front, they're going to backside help, you're going to have to skip it like they did. You're going to have to knock down some threes. The more they keep forcing it inside and turning it over, they're basically kind of giving Cleveland the fast break and an opportunity to score in transition, which benefits Cleveland when they don't have to run a lot of offense and they're able to score, quickly with high percentage shots, and they've taken advantage of it. I'm impressed with Cleveland, the number of guys that have come in and gotten opportunities for them so far. Guys off the bench, even Jackson Owens as well. Guys aren't afraid right now. They're going right at Lincoln.
Jackson Owens has 4 points. SC Tresvant had a very quick 8 points, but presumably picked up his second foul, and he's been out since.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to probably, I would think, come back in. Maybe not. Maybe they'll wait a little bit longer.
But a couple of other bench guys, Ben Lyons with that bucket we just saw, Will Susak, they each have 2 points. Jackson Cooper, who is their star player, just 2 points, but other guys are getting it done early.
And that's what Coach Glasgow was talking about. This team has really evolved in the last couple months.
We're back underway, start of the second quarter. Cleveland by 8. Isaac Margolis. Oh, an offensive foul they give against Heisler.
Yeah, he just buried Jackson Cooper into the rim. Didn't need to keep going, and he just rode him out of bounds, and official was right on top of that. I thought a good call, but, again, an offensive foul is a turnover. We're looking at probably 6 turnovers now for Lincoln.
And Cleveland doing a nice job breaking the press.
They really are. They're patient. They're being strong with the ball. A lot of ball fakes. Cleveland is so long. They're athletic and long, and they get so many deflections. And they turn this press. They turn that defense into offense all the time.
Jackson Cooper with a fadeaway. Went off both sides of the rim, just off. Nice pass. Heisler couldn't finish it. It's been that kind of night for Lincoln so far early on.
That's a carry.
Carry against Pichon. Turnover against Cleveland.
And that's vintage Lincoln right there. Malachi Sealy-Roberts at 6'8", able to see the floor, 6'7", and really a willing passer. And then you see Heisler really running the floor hard.
Couldn't get it to fall. Left corner, Blake Johnson. Heisler, he traveled.
Yeah.
So 2 straight wide open Heisler opportunities, and can't get either of them.
Yeah, and here comes Eikenberry back in.
Yeah, Heisler has to take a seat.
Yeah, you're seeing some frustration right now from Lincoln. They're just, not quite as sharp as they have been. And I give credit again to Cleveland, making it really difficult inside right now, knowing that that's where Lincoln wanted to go. Making sure that they're defending that inside. And so far, other than Moroni knocking down the 3, we haven't seen Lincoln really shoot it well from the perimeter.
And Evan Heisler, who is their premier bench player. Oh, full court heave here. Beautiful press break.
Look at that.
Layup by Ben Lyons.
Big time preparation there by Cleveland. Jackson Cooper with a rocket down the floor.
As I was saying, Heisler, premier bench player, makes 2 straight mistakes and immediately gets pulled.
Yep.
Vicious rebound by Jackson Cooper off the miss, and here comes Cleveland. Pichon pushing it. Susak thought about the 3. Instead, Owens triggers a 3, and that one won't fall. Claimed by Malachi Sealy-Roberts, and here he comes. Cross court, Blake Johnson. Back to Malachi. Now out Moroni Sealy-Roberts. Not the player you want to leave open.
No, and that's just their high-low action. Eikenberry dives, draws a lot of attention, and then Moroni's wide open at the top.
Moroni's missed some easy ones, but he's still in double figures, as here's an and 1 for Jamel Pichon.
Pichon attacking the rim, and Eikenberry will pick up the foul. But again, just shows you Cleveland's not bashful, not going to be afraid to go attack the basket against the taller team right now.
Pichon finishes the three-point play.
And again, you mentioned this earlier, doing most of this with SC Trezvan on the bench.
Yeah, Trezvan had 8 points in the first couple of minutes, picked up his second foul, and probably won't see him the rest of the half. But it's 24-14, 10-point lead for Cleveland. Cross-court pass, Margolis. Now back up top. Malachi Sealy-Roberts finds Moroni Sealy-Roberts, and that's 2 straight threes.
Yeah, they found something there with a little pick and pop action. And again, Moroni with a willing passer, or Malachi and Moroni knocking down threes.
Those two have played with each other for years. Cooper with the behind-the-back dribble to lose his man. Goes up for the layup, gets blocked. It'll stay with Cleveland. And here comes a sub. It's going to be Josh Huss back in for Jackson Owens.
Yeah, Cooper fortunate he didn't pick up an offensive foul there, but
Cooper around the screen. Attacks Eikenberry, goes up, won't fall. Offensive rebound by the smaller Susak, and he gets fouled.
Yeah. Margolis will pick up the foul, but, you know, a lot of these 50-50 rebounds right now are going Cleveland's way. I mean, like you mentioned, Susak a lot smaller in there battling.
McCartan back in for Margolis for Lincoln. Cooper back to the basket. They have walked, puts up a runner, and that won't fall. Blake Johnson now down low. Moroni Sealy-Roberts. Eikenberry off the glass and in.
Yeah, good finish by Eikenberry, and Lincoln shares the ball so well. You know, high to low, good cut by Eikenberry once the ball went into the post.
Another nice press break. Susak didn't want the three. Instead, he went down low to Pichon. He had it taken away. McCartan back to Malachi Sealy-Roberts. They need this. Nope, won't fall. Off Eikenberry.
And that's where Lincoln can get going a little bit. They score, they set the press, you end up with a turnover, and this game starts going up and down, and they can go on runs 6, 8, 10 in a row, and it really kind of run away from teams they have most of the year.
Well, this is a mini 5-0 run right now for Lincoln. Would have been an 8-0 run had Malachi Sealy-Roberts knocked down that three. SC Trezvan is back in the game with those two fouls. Right corner, triple, good.
Nice kick out by Cooper. Ben Lyons knocking down a wide open three.
7 for Lions. Moroni Sealy-Roberts fouled on his way to the basket. He'll go to the line for 2.
That'll be 2 on Huss. You know, really nice play on that last by Cooper to draw help, spun in the lane, and he's going to attract a lot of attention from Lincoln. And then he finds Ben Lyons for the kick out three.
First free throw short for Moroni Sealy-Roberts.
And I don't know about you, but the games I've done before with Lincoln, Moroni has lived on the free throw line.
Yeah.
You know, tonight he's really gotten it going from 3, but, you know, he's a guy that just really punishes it at the free throw line.
Last game I called for Lincoln, he won the game at the free throw line. 2 straight free throws, go up 1 against Benson. Benson goes down the floor, misses the shot, game over.
Coach Glasgow saw something, I think, in their press that they're able to inbound a little bit deeper and not allow Lincoln to set their traps.
Ball at the elbow with Jackson Cooper. Lions thought about the three instead. The nice dish down low to Huss. Can't get the floater to fall.
Yeah, rushed that a little bit.
3:55 left to go in this first half. Warriors by 7. McCartan in the left corner. Cross-court swing pass to Van. Now Malachi Sealy-Roberts, guarded by Trezvan. See if they attack Trezvan.
Well, Cleveland doing a nice job of fronting the post and then getting some backside help. You know, sitting in the paint, really taking away that lob pass.
So Sealy-Roberts with a size advantage. Trezvan guarding him with those 2 fouls.
Doesn't want to pick up a third here.
Almost did. Malachi Sealy-Roberts missed it. Well defended by Trezvan and the Warriors. Cooper 3-on-2. Euro step, left hand won't fall.
move by Cooper. Big man showing his ability to attack the basket.
No look swing pass to the left corner. McCartan couldn't get the three to fall. A push off against Lincoln.
That'll be 2 on Eichenberry.
16th foul. We're approaching free throw territory. Not quite there yet. 2:59 left to go in the second quarter.
So they bring Margolis in for Eichenberry, get him a little bit smaller, much smaller. Lincoln does, but probably match up better with Cleveland.
A lot of contact. Huss takes a spill and gets it out to Tresvant.
The lefty.
Despite barely playing tonight, he's in double figures with 11.
Yeah, really smooth. Oh, that's going to be his third, I think.
Can't do that if you're Tresvant. 16 foul. I just want to hear the public address announcer for clarification, but we think that's his third team foul.
Yeah, it is. And that's a tough matchup. Give Lincoln credit. Coach Seeley Roberts knew that. She rolled Malachi down to the post, and it's a tough guard for him down there.
There's a bucket for Moroni Seeley Roberts.
Again on an out-of-bounds play. Lincoln as good as anyone I've seen at scoring on their out-of-bounds plays. Great execution.
15 for Moroni Seeley Roberts now. Ball down low, Cooper. He's at a good spot, and he gets that one to fall.
Nice pass by Pichon.
Just 4 points for Jackson Cooper. 2:15 left to play in the first half. Down low, who's that off of? Could have gone either way. They say it's going to stay with Lincoln.
Yeah, Eichenberry and Heisler both out of the game right now. Malachi has become your primary low post option for the Cardinals.
See if they look for Moroni Seeley Roberts again off the inbounds. They do, but way on the other side of the court. So Cleveland took that away on that play.
Better job defending that cross screen on the out-of-bounds play.
Ball top, Moroni Seeley Roberts takes a three. It's a good look, won't fall. Ball collected by the Warriors.
Another 50-50 rebound that goes Cleveland's way, and that's how you win on the road.
Timeout taken. I believe the first of the day taken by Cleveland. They want to talk things over. 1:51 left to go in the first half. It's 31-22 in favor of Cleveland. So really hot first half, and at times really hot first quarter, I should say, for Cleveland. They got off to a 9-point lead. At times, the second quarter, Lincoln at one point went on a 5-0 run, and Malachi Seeley Roberts had a great look at three. It would have been, I believe, a 2-point game at the time, but Cleveland continues to do their thing, and they lead by 9 as much as they've led all game.
Yeah, really doing a very good job rebounding the ball against the taller Lincoln team and competing. And then once they get those rebounds, especially when Jackson Cooper rebounds it, he's busting out with a dribble as a post, and he's creating fast break number opportunities for Cleveland. And I've been impressed so far at their just, ability to not back down. They're just on the attack right now. I think you're going to see a little bit more of Malachi in the post and pull Moroni out. It also pulls Cooper away from the basket as well.
31-22. We've got 1:45 left to play in the second quarter. Cooper at the elbow, guarded by Moroni Seeley Roberts. Attacking the basket, won't fall for Lions, but putting it back up and in is Josh Huss for his first bucket of the night.
Opportunistic, huge offensive rebound putback.
Largest lead for Cleveland all night. It's 11. Pichon blocked Moroni Seeley Roberts, who got it back, and then the ball went out of bounds off of Cleveland.
Yeah, good hands by Pichon. That should have been a layup there.
Ball goes into Malachi Seeley Roberts at the elbow. Now back with him. Van in the right corner. Now Margolis. Swing pass McCartan. Down low, double team on Malachi Seeley Roberts. They take it away off the pass.
Yeah, you can't just look at the post defender. You got to lead the backside help as well. Nice play by Cleveland.
Right corner, Cooper. Stuck. He picked up his dribble, and he throws it away. Less than a minute now in this first half. Margolis. Kick it out, McCartan. Not there. Now Margolis attacks the basket, puts it up with the left, and a late call. But Margolis will go to the line for two.
Lions picks that up. Kind of a long, slow drive by Margolis, but he does get to the foul line. I don't think Jackson Cooper's come out of this game yet.
Both teams have done a nice job staying away from fouls. We're almost done with this first half as Margolis misses the first. Almost done with this first half. It is 7-6 in fouls. Oftentimes you see a team hit double digits, and it's 2 free throws every time.
For sure, and a quality refereeing crew, official crew tonight too. Some veteran guys that understand this is a high-level game.
First point for Margolis, 23-33, 40 seconds left. Cooper kicks it out. Here's a 3-point attempt. Won't fall for Lions. 30 seconds left. Margolis pushing the tempo.
Coach Glasgow might have wanted to wait on that, maybe take that last shot.
Malachi Sealy-Roberts triple teams. Kicked it out to a wide open Margolis who gets to the fall.
There it is, the in and out game. If you're going to double inside, they got to punish him by knocking down threes.
12 ticks left. Cooper attacks the basket, puts up a floater, too strong. 50-50 ball claimed by Margolis. Van back the other way to a wide open McCartan, and that's how the half ends.
Big time transition and nice recognition by Jala Van to know the clock and know he could drop that off for a layup.
So it was Cleveland's half, but as you mentioned, there was one point where about 30 seconds left. Cleveland could have had the last shot.
Yep.
They missed the shot, and Lincoln ends up getting 4 more points.
Yeah, and he took a 3 that I know Coach Glasgow has told them they could get that 3 later in the possession. They could have run it down, even made sure they got the last shot, but you know, nice job by Lincoln to rally there at the end and make this a 5-point game at the half.
Could easily be 33-24 if Cleveland bleeds out the clock with 30 seconds left, but they raced to 2 shots, and here we are with momentum. The crowd is rocking for Lincoln. It should be a great second half ahead as we step aside on the Oregon Sports Beat. We'll be back in about 8 minutes or so for what should be a great second half.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back into Lincoln High School here on a Friday night. We're approaching the end of the regular season in high school basketball, and a marquee matchup in the PIL tonight between Lincoln and Cleveland. Lincoln undefeated in conference play going into this one, 13-0, but they trail by 5 points. Certainly could have been more, but 5 points, the halftime margin between Cleveland and Lincoln. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sean MacPherson, joined by Joel Sobotka. It was a very generous and beneficial end of the first half for Lincoln. Again, could have been 33-24. You mentioned at one point about 30 seconds left. They wanted to hold for one. Cleveland ends up putting up a shot. Then they put up another shot, and Lincoln went and got 4 points in the last 30 seconds. And here we are, 33-28. It was really a half dominated by Cleveland, however.
It really was, and that score probably isn't indicative of how well Cleveland played most of that first half, especially with Tresvant picking up his 3rd foul. And having to sit out much of that first half.
Tresvant still led Cleveland with 11 points. Ben Lyons off the bench has 7 points for the Warriors. And then points kind of scattered all around for the Warriors. Jackson Cooper, the star player for Cleveland, just with 4 points. This is really interesting, Joel. Malachi Sealy-Roberts in the first half with no points.
Yeah, shocking. I mean, I just was looking the other night. On Tuesday, had 17, 7, and 6 assists against Jefferson in their last game, and he's one of the top scorers in the state right now.
Only 4 players have scored for the Cardinals. Moroni Sealy-Roberts with 15, Jimmy McCartan with 4, Graham Eikenberry with 4, and Isaac Margolis with 4. So no points for Jahala Van, no points for Blake Johnson, no points for Evan Heisler, who had a frustrating first half, and no points for Malachi Sealy-Roberts.
Yeah, and Malachi averaging on the season 20.1 points a game. Moroni 22.5 points per game.
So SC Tresvant, another story from the first half, does have those 3 fouls, and he's back in the game. Didn't manage it great when he had 2 fouls. We'll see how he manages it now.
Lincoln comes out in zone to start things up. Kind of a 1-2-2 look, trying to use their length and disrupt Cleveland a little bit. Switching to the zone.
Cooper was short on his floater. Now Eikenberry, good look for him. He missed it, tips it to himself, but the ball is taken by Owens. Nice play by Jackson Owens, and Van with a hustle play, but the ball goes out of bounds off of Van. Cleveland ball.
Yeah, Eikenberry just doesn't finish that inside. Tough luck there on the finish, but Cleveland continues to compete on the glass.
So full court press into a zone potentially for the Cardinals. Cleveland doing such a nice job breaking the press.
Really haven't turned it over in the backcourt.
Tresvant with a nifty move, but the ball was punched away. Be under the basket with Cleveland.
See if Lincoln matches up. No, it looks like they're going to stay in the zone on the baseline out of bounds as well.
Down low, Cooper out to Tresvant.
Very patient. You can see that it's a big zone with Eikenberry, Moroni on the bottom, and Malachi is 6'7" up top of the zone. Really long, bothering people.
Cleveland just wants to slow this game down. You can see it right now in this possession. Down low, Cooper.
Nice move.
You wait and you try to get a great shot every possession, and that's what Cleveland did there.
And that's the danger of going into a zone with no shot clock in Oregon high school basketball, is Cleveland can be as patient as they want.
Down low, nice feed. Moroni Sealy-Roberts now with 17.
Yeah, he did a good job of sealing, and Malachi able to throw it over the top for the easy bucket.
Cooper, one-on-one against Eikenberry. Malachi Sealy-Roberts catches up, makes a nice defensive play. Now ball still with Cleveland. Pichon's floater doesn't fall, and Owens with another hustle play puts it up and in.
I think it's like 4 or 6 points at least now for Cleveland on the offensive glass, which that's Lincoln's game. Yeah, that's Lincoln's game.
By far the smaller team out there.
Good help.
Tresvant intercepts the pass. Now a scrap on the floor. Van and Tresvant getting into it a little bit. But it'll be a jump ball.
Never quite understand that. When they've already called a jump ball, just let go of the ball and don't do something that's going to hurt your team at that point.
Yeah. Jump ball, possession goes to Lincoln.
Yeah, got to be careful here. Out of bounds play. Lincoln's so good. Oh, threw it off his back, but he turned it over.
Had to throw it off his back. Looks like a silly decision now, and then another silly decision. Behind the back pass off the shoe for Lincoln player. Cleveland still has it. Pichon. Now to Owens. He'll trigger a three. Short. Eikenberry claims it.
Yeah, I think Cleveland will be able to be as patient as they want to against the zone. I wouldn't be surprised to see Lincoln start trapping out of that zone a little bit, make Lincoln or Cleveland play faster, force the tempo a little bit.
McCartan left wing guarded by Owens, rather Huss. Malachi Sealy-Roberts still looking for that first basket. In and out on the jumper. Offensive rebound, Eikenberry. Now Malachi Sealy-Roberts attacks the basket. Eikenberry uses his size to get a look. Offensive rebound, puts it up and in.
Yeah, able to finish his own miss and clean up the glass there for two.
Cooper down the floor. Tresvant, left wing. Pichon down low, Cooper. Nice pivot move. Eikenberry blocks it away. And he's had some nice defensive plays tonight.
Yeah, Cooper kind of got a little bit closer, didn't need to attack the trees inside, if you will.
Van, right corner, doesn't know what to do with it. Now out to Malachi Sealy-Roberts, still scoreless in this one. Right elbow, Moroni Sealy-Roberts. Half spin, nice move, a lot of contact, and they call a blocking foul. That was late. Against Cooper, first team foul against Cleveland. And they call it a blocking foul. The ref indicated a blocking foul, but now they're saying shooting foul.
Yeah, I think he got him kind of on as his way. He went up, but tough call for Cooper. I thought that was pretty good defense.
It was late too.
Yeah. Moroni does a nice job of spinning and kind of making the shot even better and kind of lifting you, getting you up in the air a little bit. Again, he misses another free throw, though. That's something we haven't seen a lot of.
It's just been one of those weird nights for Lincoln where you have Heisler missing two layups earlier in the game.
And
you
he
got
misses two.
0 for 2 at the free throw line. Malachi Sealy-Roberts with no points.
Yeah, you can see him talking to his mom, his coach on the sideline.
Tresvant and Pichon two-man game. Ball gets deflected out of bounds by Van, who has no points, but he's been an energy bug defensively, Van.
If you're Cleveland here, ball fakes are your friend against the zone, although it looks like now Lincoln going back man-to-man.
Halfway through this third quarter, 5-point lead for the Warriors, who were up 5 at half. Ball poked away, turnover. Van with the ball. Finds Margolis, and now a turnover on Lincoln's side. Cooper, another turnover. Here comes Sealy-Roberts, Moroni Sealy-Roberts on the fast break. 3-point game. Tresvant, another turnover.
That's what Lincoln wants you to do, though. It was a right idea by Jackson Cooper. Nobody back for Lincoln, but he just got away from him on the pass, and now that's consecutive turnovers for Cleveland where you don't even get a shot at the basket.
Heisler checks in for Eikenberry. About as close as Lincoln's been all night.
Yeah, Malachi back in the game as well. Got a quick break, and Lincoln can wear you down with their depth as well.
Malachi Sealy-Roberts, pump fake, kick it out. Margolis, back to Malachi. Outlet pass down low is deflected out of bounds, intended for Heisler. It'll stay underneath. 3:23 left to play in the third.
Heisler doing a great job of getting position. He's got to get his hands up and be willing to catch the ball, ready to catch it. Not worry so much about fighting.
5 seconds against Van and the Cardinals.
Yeah, another costly turnover for Lincoln, especially on a run that they're making. Cut it to 3 and then have a 5-second call. It's uncharacteristic of Lincoln.
Yeah, some inbounds pass for Lincoln. They've had some success finding Sealy-Roberts in the first half, but this half they had that turnover where they threw it off someone's back, and now this turnover. Owens' jumper is through.
Boy, Owens been smooth. Every time he's been left open, he's made him pay.
8 points for Jackson Owens. 5-point gap for the Warriors. One-handed pass all the way across the court. Sealy-Roberts to Van. Now Margolis.
Owens working to try to get around front of Moroni.
Here's Malachi Sealy-Roberts still Can't throw it into the ocean tonight. Beautiful move. Tresvant can't get it to fall, and a foul. It's over the back.
Yeah, they're going to get Jamal Pichon over the top, and boy, Tresvant's explosive in the open court too. He challenged the big, tall Malachi Roberts and just couldn't get it to fall.
Pichon has at least 2 fouls.
Yeah, that's 2 on Pichon. Again, not many fouls called in this game. Pretty clean game by both teams.
Yeah, just about 7 to 6 in team fouls in that first half. But there's 2 against Cleveland so far, 0 against Lincoln this half. Down low, Malachi Sealy-Roberts finally on the board. And a turnover.
Yeah, Jackson Cooper trying to lead Tresvant up the floor and just, again, got away from him. And that's 3 turnovers now in the last couple minutes by the Warriors. You just can't have that against a team like Lincoln.
Ball in right away. Won't fall off the inbounds pass. And Blake Johnson gets whistled for the foul in the backcourt.
That time they went back to Malachi Sealy-Roberts, the possession earlier for Lincoln. He was able to score inside. He's actually had more success on the inside tonight than he has from the perimeter.
Tresvant able to get it across.
Able to set their press and see if they go back to the zone.
Now he can slow it down.
No, it looks like they're going to match up, play man-to-man.
Tresvant guarded by Blake Johnson. Owens, right elbow. Susak, now down low. Nice move. Cooper in and out.
Boy, did everything but finish the play.
Margolis takes it up. 36-39, 1:30 left to play in the third quarter. Low-scoring game.
Looking for Malachi inside. Nice play by Pichon.
Pichon intercepts the pass. Racing back the other way. Jumper for Owens, and he's been on tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if he's missed tonight. What a job. A nice play by Pichon, not forcing things and finding the open shooter.
The second Warrior in double figures. Malachi Sealy-Roberts with his second bucket.
Yeah, that's what we're used to seeing, you know, using that length just to shoot right over the top of the defense.
Under a minute. Better get it across if you're Cleveland.
Yeah. That's
and 10. Sam Glasgow says he called timeout. Referee didn't see him.
Yeah, that's too bad, especially with 3 officials. Somebody hopefully sees that. And Coach Glasgow knew they were going to be up against it. That's a tough turnover.
41-38. Glasgow upset with the official, saying he called timeout around that 9-second mark.
Again, you want to finish the quarter on a high note. Legal screen.
Moroni Sealy-Roberts was staring at that 3. Instead, he took the screen and probably should have took the 3 because another turnover against Lincoln.
Second on Heisler, but a turnover for the Cardinal. Give it right back, and I would be surprised here if Cleveland doesn't wait for the last shot. I think they're going to want to get the last shot of the quarter here.
Yeah, we're at a stage of this game where both coaches look a little bit frustrated with their teams. It's been such a battle. And there is a call. Moroni Sealy-Roberts had a steal, and instead a whistle there on the steal.
He'll pick up his first, and you know, I think the intensity you're seeing from both teams, possessions as you get into the late in the second half, into the fourth quarter, are so valuable in high school basketball without a shot clock. Next year, adding the shot clock, it's going to be a big change for a lot of teams, a lot of coaches, but at this point with no shot clock, boy, possessions become really big.
27.8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ball up top with Cooper, who's had a quiet scoring night. And this time it looks like Cleveland definitely wants to hold the ball for the last shot.
Yeah, doing a nice job of using Jackson Cooper as an outlet. Graham Eichenberry's not going to come all the way out to cover him. He's able to put it down and go by him. We got a hold, it looks like.
A foul against number 3, Blake Johnson.
Yeah, that'll be his second.
So now a 4th team foul against Lincoln. It wasn't that long ago where they had no team fouls for the most of this quarter.
Just 6.5 left in the quarter. I wouldn't be surprised they get it in here and see Trezvant just go attack, or maybe try to throw it directly to Cooper here. Got to attack.
Jackson Owens with the ball. Back to Trezvant. He'll square up a three. Long, and that's how the quarter ends. So Lincoln has continued to inch their way back into this game. They were down by 8 at the end of the first quarter. They were down by 5 at the end of the first half, and now down by 3 at the end of the third quarter. We should have a great fourth quarter ahead. What do you see from that third quarter where it was kind of felt like a battle for both teams?
I think Coach Sealy Roberts has figured something out using Malachi inside a little bit against the guards. And he's had his way down there, either drawing fouls or scoring. One thing to note, Moroni Sealy Roberts just got a couple minute, maybe a minute break at the end of that quarter, checked back in to start the fourth. Jackson Cooper hasn't had that break all night. He's played the entire game. Fatigue might become an issue as we get late in this fourth quarter.
That's a good call. Jackson Cooper, a key player for this Cleveland team. A player being looked at by colleges, Idaho State checking him out. D2 schools, NAIA schools, going to play at the next level for sure. Just 6 points in this game. Meanwhile, Malachi Sealy Roberts, another player that's the case. He's also kind of had a quiet night. 4 points, none at halftime. So
I would say without question this game and this tempo has been in Cleveland's favor the entire night. If you told Coach Glasgow you're up 41-38 going into the fourth quarter at Lincoln, he would say sign me up right now.
I mean, you look at this Lincoln schedule and their season so far, you see a lot of games in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s. That's the kind of ball they want to play. But right now, 41-38, this has been a slugfest. Cleveland's happy about it.
And the other thing they haven't had is a lot of close games, at least lately. So all of a sudden, you're in a dogfight. Nice back door.
And one off the back door, Pishon.
Moroni with his second foul, but you mentioned Jackson Cooper hasn't scored a ton, but he's done a lot of that, facilitating the offense. They've run a lot of offense through him tonight. Several assists, been really good on the boards as well. Big play for Cleveland out of the start the quarter. 7
points for Jamel Pishon. Huge and one to start the quarter. 44-38. Van in the right corner. Now Malachi Sealy Roberts.
Cleveland doing a nice job knowing personnel. Who can they help off of from the perimeter and help inside on the post?
Now down low, here's Sealy Roberts back to the basket. A couple players
on him.
Take a tumble, no call. Now here comes Pishon to Trezvant, and Cleveland wants to slow it down and take this possession by possession. They want to cherish their possessions.
Yeah, you got to value these basketball right now, and Coach Glasgow knows that.
Pishon nearly loses it. Nice play by Trezvant to tip it to his teammate. Now Trezvant, circus shot, and that ball kind of a 50-50 out of bounds, they say, off of Eichenberry. It'll stay here with Cleveland.
Yeah, Lincoln's got to come up with those rebounds.
Timeout taken by Coach Glasgow in Cleveland. Not a lot of timeouts in this game.
No, I was just going to say, though, that's a really good timeout. You know, you have a nice backdoor and one to start the quarter. Stretch your lead up to 6. Now it's your ball underneath. Again, with no shot clock, these possessions are going to be really valuable. And if you can work some clock like they did the last possession and get a layup, boy, it really, makes it tougher and tougher on Lincoln, who wants to speed this game up. They need more possessions right now.
They've already chewed about 20 to 30 seconds off the clock, and then they get the call underneath where they say it's going to stay with Cleveland. And now I'm sure he's drawing something up where he wants to chew 30 more seconds off. It was a favorable call down there, and a big one nonetheless. But 44-38, a couple possession lead for Cleveland. No shot clock. They have a chance here to milk some clock every single possession.
And I wouldn't be shocked to see Coach Sealy Roberts go back to the smaller lineup where she brought in another guard. Eichenberry went out, and then they've used Malachi Roberts in the post. He's been much more effective inside tonight.
Ball underneath quickly for Cooper. So against our prediction of kind of milking the clock here, well, get a quick deuce.
Lincoln wasn't ready. Credit Cleveland, went right to Cooper, and he put it in.
Cooper with 8, 46-38, 8-point lead for the Warriors with 6:40 left to play in this game. Moroni Sealy-Roberts in and out on the three. He's been quiet this half, just 4 points this half.
Yeah, they're going to get into the press even on a missed basket. Cleveland's really got to take care of it here. You don't want to turn it over in the backcourt and lead to a layup. Nice job of sitting down, meeting passes. You want to come meet the ball whenever you're playing against a pressure-trapping team.
Trezvant attacks Eichenberry. Tough shot, won't fall. Eichenberry claims it. Now here comes Malachi Sealy-Roberts pushing the pace. Van with a three-point attempt, and that one's good.
Big-time bucket for Van in transition. They needed that.
Jahala Van with his first basket of the night. 46-41.
You can see Jackson Cooper telling guys to settle down.
Beautiful shot. Nice touch by Jamel Pichon.
Yeah, playing off 2 feet. What a strong drive for Pichon. Uh-oh.
Turnover. McCartan throws it away.
It's sort of uncharacteristic of Lincoln to have these turnovers, sort of an unforced turnover, if you will, not really being pressured.
McCartan gets taken out. And one thing I've noticed, Heather Sealy-Roberts, if you make a mistake like that, you're getting pulled out. We saw it with Heisler in the first half where he had 2 straight layup attempts, 1 miss, 1 travel, gets yanked out of the game.
Yeah, she's looking for people that are ready to play. This is an important game.
Left wing now with Ben Lyons with 5:30 left to go in this one. A 7-point lead for Cleveland. The number 16 OSAA team in the state going against the number 4 OSAA ranked team. Nothing on this possession for the Warriors. Back the other way for Margolis. Blake Johnson, right corner. Moroni Sealy-Roberts down low. Beautiful feed. Eichenberry.
Yeah, Cleveland switched to a zone there and sort of trying to match up, and Eichenberry got a nice steal. There's a steal.
Margolis takes it away. Johnson dribbles himself into the corner. Down low, Moroni Sealy-Roberts. Offensive foul.
Yeah, that's his 3rd. They got him for a hook on the seal. I thought it was going the other way. Cleveland's gotten a little bit shaky against the press here in the late in the 3rd and into the 4th quarter, and one of it is Jackson Cooper as your inbounder, and I mentioned earlier, he hasn't come out of the game tonight. You got to take care of the ball right here. You do not want to turn it over. This is how Lincoln beats people, is they create offense from their defense.
Cooper picks up his dribble, is able to find Pichon. Double team on Pichon, he slips out of it. Now Owens needed that. Jumper won't fall. Those have been falling all night, but not that time.
I think Coach Glasgow said they would kind of take that shot later in the possession.
Spin, and the shot won't fall from Moroni Sealy-Roberts, but he gets fouled. We'll keep an eye on this because he has struggled from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, Owens picking up his first. Better job by Cleveland of meeting passes against the press, but Coach Glasgow mentioned us before the game that if Lincoln starts to trap in the half court, he said we'll probably be in a pretty good position if they have to come trap us, in which they were that last possession.
20 points now for Moroni Sealy-Roberts. Back within 4 with 4:24 left to play in this game.
2 big makes, and now they go to their 1-2-2 where they're going to trap hard on that first pass.
Trezvant has it. He races above the timeline. Left corner, Lyons. A bold 3. It hits the rim twice. Early in that possession, he tosses up a 3. It was open, but he misses it. Costly. Now down low, Malachi Sealy-Roberts. Missed the layup.
Yeah, in and out. You know, I had a chance to tie.
Malachi Sealy-Roberts slow to get back, but Cleveland doesn't want to push. 45-48. Costly miss.
Lincoln pressuring and doubling. You almost have to attack if you're Cleveland. There's Trezvant.
Trezvant fouled on the ground. He was about to beat Blake Johnson, but Blake Johnson held him.
And I think we're going to the line now, 1-on-1.
Good call. 17 fouls against Lincoln. 1-and-1 for Trezvant, who has been tiptoeing with the fouls all night. Too early. He got a 3rd midway through the 2nd quarter. He's been pretty clean in this half in terms of the fouls, and he's able to be out there.
3:38 to play. Every free throw becomes critical now, especially for Cleveland. Every time Lincoln fouls, they're going back to the line. You know, the race to the bonus, they've won that, and now if they can knock down free throws, they can extend that lead. Big free throws there.
13 points for SC Tresvant. Lead back up to 5. An undefeated conference season on the line for Lincoln. Beautiful feed. Moroni Sealy Roberts all alone.
Yeah, good ball movement, reversal, and then the high-low with Sealy Roberts. Nice seal inside.
23 points, Moroni Sealy Roberts. 3-point game, 50-47, 3:10 left to play.
Lincoln's got to be careful here because any hand check is going to put them back on the free throw line.
Could have called one there.
They'll always have Jackson Cooper as an outlet, a safety valve, if you will, because Eichenberry can't get out and deny him.
Pishon attacks, and that one was an obvious foul from behind, kind of a tripping foul against Malachi Sealy Roberts. So Pishon now has to go to the line in this big spot.
Second on Malachi Sealy Roberts, and again back to the line. Now 2:54 to go. Up 3, an opportunity to extend that lead and use some clock, which they did.
Pishon, swish on the first free throw. 10 points for Pishon. He's now in double figures.
Clutch right there at the line.
There are 4 players for Cleveland in double figures. Lyons, Tresvant, Pishon, and Jackson Owens. None of them named Cooper as he misses the second free throw. 4-point game. Right corner, Van. Eichenberry up top, now right corner, Van. Left corner, Sealy Roberts triggers a 3. Won't fall. Cooper claims the rebound.
Great
a lot
board
of pressure.
by Cooper. Great board. Oh, I think I got fouled there.
Tresvant collects it. Dribbling around. And now here's where Cleveland wants to slow things down. A lot of pressure. Timeout.
Good timeout by Coach Glasgow. A little crazy there for a minute, but able to recognize that. Just take a quick 30 here and settle guys down. I think one thing he's going to need to do is talk about spacing if Lincoln's going to trap. If they're going to trap in the half court, they can space things out and probably get an open layup, but they also got to be ready that they don't turn it over and don't get trapped, or be ready to get fouled. You go to the line, knock down free throws. And one thing that could come into play here, Cleveland with only 3 team fouls in the half, they've got fouls to give if they need them.
That's a good point. They're also just 2 team fouls away from getting 2 free throws every single time there's a foul. And Lincoln is playing such aggressive defense.
Yeah, you got to be careful. But at this point, you know, I think Lincoln wants to speed this game up. They don't mind if, you know, the last couple possessions, Cleveland's had open shots. They haven't knocked them down as they were in the first half. So I think if you're Coach Glasgow, you take anything at the basket, any layup opportunity that's high percentage, go ahead and take it. Otherwise, make Lincoln guard you, make them foul you. Got to be careful here. Moroni Sealy Roberts does such a good job getting in the passing lane.
Cooper with a quick shot.
Boy, tough shot.
Oh,
no.
And the foul. Foul against Cleveland. So something Coach Glasgow can't be happy about. It was a quick shot. It was a tough shot.
Yeah, tough hook behind the hoop, and they did go smaller. So just brought Jimmy McCartan back in for Eichenberry. So watch here to see if Malachi Sealy Roberts enters to the wing and goes right to the post.
We're at the 2-minute mark. McCartan in the right corner. Cardinals, their undefeated conference season on the line. Trail by 4. Down low to Malachi Sealy Roberts. Missed it. Ball punched around, and what a save. Tresvant collects. Gets it across. 2-on-1. But Cleveland wants to back things out.
Smart play there by Jackson Owens.
Thought about that 3.
Yeah, no, I think he was.
Sure, Coach Glasgow had a bit of a heart attack.
Yeah, deep breath there. Nice pass.
Beautiful pass. There's that perfect shot you want to Jackson Cooper. Make him in double digits now. 6-point lead.
Lincoln in a hurry. Probably going to be looking for a 3 here.
Moroni Sealy Roberts off the mark. Ball collected by Cleveland.
Another great rebound by Tresvant. Went up and got it with the taller players.
They had a 3-on-1, but they didn't take it. They slow things down, and they get fouled.
Jolivan will pick up the foul, and now with just 1:10, it's still just a 2-possession game. If you're Lincoln, you don't need to panic. You need to rebound here, attack the basket, because you can always get the old-fashioned three-point play as well. It doesn't have to be a quick three.
So this is the last trip of the line to the line. That will be a 1-and-1 for Cleveland. Next one is double bonus.
So impressed with Tresvant rebounding the ball the last 2 possessions. Just really went up and got it.
Lyons misses it.
Talked about critical free throws down the stretch.
Sealy Roberts attacks and finishes.
Quick timeout by Lincoln. Nice job by Moroni Sealy Roberts. Just get to the rim. Don't use much clock at all, and now you're at a 4-point game. And you're able to come out of the timeout and set your press, you know. And if you don't get a steal and you want to foul, talk about right now who would you foul if you get the opportunity to do that. And we've seen Cleveland now 2 possessions in a row, guys that missed the front end.
Ben Lyons was this past time, and then Billy Pichon was the one before that. So Tresvant has been smooth at the free throw line.
And it just, you know, free throws become a little bit tougher and tougher as this game goes on and we get late into the game. So if you're Cleveland, you want to make sure you get the ball inbounded. Coach Glasgow drawing that up right now, where they want to go to get it in. Expect the trap. They may not foul immediately. What happens a lot of times is guys will get the ball and think they're about to get fouled, and they just sort of cover it up. And you'll see guys reach in and tie them up. So if you're Cleveland, don't expect to get fouled immediately. Be able to break the press. I still think you take a 95%er as a layup, but if you don't have anything, then pull it out and make them have to guard you.
No subs for Cleveland. We just saw Ben Lyons miss the free throw. He doesn't get pulled, though.
No.
So that's a vote of confidence from Coach Glasgow.
Yeah, I think one of their better shooters, too. He's hit a couple threes tonight, and I think look at him, he's still a little bit frustrated he missed that. So the competitor in him probably wants another opportunity. If you're Lincoln here, they got both centers out of the game, so they got the quick guards up front to deny, and you got all your length in the back.
53-49. We're at the 1-minute mark. Cleveland breaks the press pretty easily. And they foul Pichon, who did miss one earlier.
Yeah, went ahead and got one right away. Didn't get a steal in the backcourt, so go ahead and take the foul, put him on the line. It'll be 2 shots, and then Eichenberry will come in.
So you don't think that's too early to foul?
Well, if they're going to play the foul game, this just extends the game. You know, if you get an opportunity and you feel good about it. I thought he looked pretty good from the line, so I might have tried to get Owen or Lyons again, and the fact that he had just missed the front end.
He sinks both.
Solid by Pichon.
55-49, 50 seconds left. Malachi Sealy Roberts pump fake, one dribble in, big three.
Another timeout for Lincoln. Big time 3 by Malachi. He's been quiet from deep tonight, but when it counts, he's there. A little pump fake, let the defense fly by, and then he knocks it down. Huge 3.
So now it's 55-52, a 3-point game. And is it the same plan now with 47 seconds? Try to get the steal, and as soon as they break the press, you foul whoever has the ball?
More than likely. You want to go hard for a steal here. See if you can get a good trap, and maybe even out of a trap get a steal. But if they do get a cross, go ahead and take a foul if you need it. Now, again, next year at this time, we're playing with a shot clock. All bets are off. You can defend and get the ball back, but right now, you want to keep extending this game, and when you've got weapons like the Sealy Roberts brothers, you want to get the ball back on offense.
So you definitely think they should foul as soon as the ball crosses and not just try to keep pressuring and keep trying to get a steal?
No, I mean, I would continue to battle and trap and see if you can come up with something, but you're going to take one. I think they want to put Cleveland back on the line and pressure them a little bit more, make them make those pressure free throws.
We'll see if that's Pichon again, because he just sunk 2. Pichon gets the ball right away. Double team comes middle of the court.
Triple team.
Nice pass. Tresvant has it now. Back to Pichon. He was falling down, and they foul Pichon again.
Yeah, and if you're Cleveland, though, with Lincoln kind of in scramble mode, double, triple team in the ball, if you turn square up, you might have somebody right at the rim for a layup, and that's what you always have to do. You want to make them guard the basket. Don't turn your back to half court. Big free throw from Pichon, another one.
13 for Pichon. He's sunk 3 in a row. in a pressure moment.
And if you're Lincoln here, back to a 4-point game, you don't have to settle for a 3. Tack the basket. Timeout, Cleveland.
So maybe next time Lincoln doesn't foul Pichon, because now he has been smooth and clutch in this moment.
Yeah, I think he's shown 4 straight that you don't want to put him on the line. Nice timeout by Coach Glasgow. Going to talk it over here defensively what they want to do. If you're Cleveland, even though you have fouls to give, you don't want to foul a shooter and put them on the free throw line, because right now, if Lincoln can score with the clock stopped at the free throw line, that's to their advantage. So if you're Cleveland, you're playing solid defense. You don't want to foul a shooter. You don't want to give up open looks, and then you got to be ready to battle for rebounds. Any rebound that they get is going to be contested. You're going to see Lincoln come and trap, so be ready for a trap as soon as you rebound the ball.
If you're the Cardinals here, you want a 3 right away?
I don't think so. In a 5-point game, I think they've had such success with Moroni attacking the basket. I think you could get an old-fashioned 3-point play with him getting to the rim. They've still got Eichenberry in the game, so they might be set up here for maybe Malachi to take a 3.
35 seconds left. Racing down the court, Moroni Sealy Roberts turns around, kind of looks for the foul.
There it is.
Exactly as you said.
The old-fashioned 3-point play, and just as good, and if anything, the clock stops now. He goes to the line, a chance to set their press and really get after Cleveland and maybe come up with a steal.
You could tell he was fishing for a foul a little bit, but he's such a good scorer that he knows exactly how to get it.
Tremendous body control for Moroni.
28 points for Moroni Sealy Roberts. 2-point lead for the Warriors. Tresvant with a beautiful move, a travel.
Yep. Tried to avoid his own man and ended up taking an extra step, kind of ran into his own guy there. And here you are, Lincoln down 2, 24.8 to play.
Late game drama. A couple of mistakes in a row from Cleveland. They still have a 2-point lead. Ball goes in, Moroni Sealy Roberts.
Expect the same thing, right to the rim.
Pushes off his man, gets it out to Van.
Wow.
No whistles. Malachi Sealy Roberts attacking the basket. Tough flip shot. He gives the ball back to Cleveland. And that is not the look you wanted if you're Malachi Sealy Roberts. It has not been his night.
No, that was a tough shot, but Tresvant going to the line. He'll have 2 now, and we'll see what happens. A chance to go up 4 with only 11 seconds to play. Critical free throws here.
Here's Tresvant. First free throw good.
Big time free throw there. So now it's a 3-point game. If it becomes a 4-point game, I think Lincoln does the same thing. You probably would see either Malachi or Moroni get to the rim, try to get a quick 2.
Missed it right to Pichon.
Wow.
A great bounce for Pichon, who's been sinking his free throws, and now Cleveland starting to feel it a little bit. 8.3 seconds left, and Pichon, again, who's been smooth as butter from the free throw line, going to the line with 8 seconds left, a chance to grow this lead.
Free throw block out. Boy, that'll keep a coach up late at night. You give up an offensive rebound on a free throw, and Cleveland doing all the things it takes to win on the road. They're really doing it all tonight.
Pichon is just knocking these free throws down. You can tell he's not even thinking about it anymore.
Now you just want to get out of the way. Don't foul.
Sealy Roberts knocks down a 3. Malachi.
That was from the logo.
So now it's a 2-point game, 2.9 seconds left, and that prayer keeps Lincoln in this game.
Absolutely does, and good job by Cleveland not to foul, but tough shot. I mean, he was just on the volleyball line, I think, as he let that go, and I don't know how many timeouts Cleveland has left. I think they're just checking. I think they have 1 timeout left. So if you're Coach Glasgow, you have that in your pocket. If you can't get it in, the count gets to 3 or 4. You want to make sure that not only your players know it, but that official that's closest to his bench, you want to make sure he's in earshot though, so if you need to call timeout, you can, if you can't inbound it, or if you get trapped. The other thing that can happen here though is if Cleveland does able to throw the ball down the floor, 2.9 is not a lot of time, even if they come up with it, to go back the other way. If they're able to get it in bounds, though, Lincoln's got to foul immediately if they don't get the steal, and then it becomes, again, pressure free throws for Cleveland.
Cleveland looking to pull off a huge upset and climb in the OSAA rankings and stay alive in the PIL. Lincoln looking to win the PIL and get revenge against a team that's had its number. 2.9 left. Looking for somewhere to throw it in. You do have that one timeout left. Ball gets in. Dangerous pass to Owens.
Boy, that was on about 4, I think, when he threw that. Cooper.
And that ball was right in the middle, up for grabs when it was bounced in.
The senior, put it in the hands of your big man, who's been a really facilitator tonight of the offense for Cleveland. Jackson Cooper, very impressed. And Coach Glasgow mentioned Idaho State out to take a look at Cooper this week.
Jackson Owens, his first free throw, generous bounce. Timeout taken by Heather Sealy-Roberts. If you make the free throw, the game's over.
Yeah, you just get out of the way. Now, here's where it becomes an issue is if he misses, if you're Cleveland, do you want to foul? You know, you have fouls to give to take off more time. The catch-22, if you will, is if somebody goes to attempt a shot, you reach in and foul them, and you give them 3 free throws, they can tie the game. So I think you're probably better off. If anything, I am. Make the free throw, go up 4, and just start walking off the court because the game's over. If you miss, I think you just stay in front. They're going to have to throw something in from the backcourt to tie it on a missed free throw, and that's probably what she's talking about. Either Malachi or Moroni. If you rebound it, you probably got one dribble and then let it fly.
61-58.
What a game.
Great game. Cleveland has been in the lead the entire time. They're looking to cap off a victory. A free throw would do it. Owens, free throw's good, and Cleveland comes into Lincoln High School and pulls off the victory.
Clutch. See what it means to those kids, too.
Clutch free throws down the stretch, and Lincoln has taken its first loss of the conference season. Huge win for the Cleveland Warriors, and these two schools continue to go back and forth in what's becoming a great rivalry in the PIL.
Yeah, the last 2 years it really has, and you never know. We might see these two teams again in the state tournament.
Some pushing and shoving in the handshake line, and has gotten a little scrappy. You see players dancing on the Lincoln logo, and you can tell Lincoln not happy. Yeah. I'm sure the Cardinals would love to see these Warriors again, as you can see the way Cleveland's behaving.
Yeah, not really the way to celebrate a victory. You just need to get off the court.
Yeah, Lincoln protesting a little bit, saying that's not appropriate, but both coaches shake hands, and it's the two best teams in the PIL, and you can tell Cleveland ecstatic about the victory, because you look at it from Cleveland's perspective, currently 16th in the rankings. Surely they're not looking at a second round date against West Linn like it was predicted going into tonight. They're going to climb up those rankings. You mentioned a road victory over the number 4 team in the state in your conference, must win. They get it done. I mean, you've been following the OSAA. How far you expect them to climb off a win like this?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, it's a giant math problem, but I think they will climb, and if anything, it gives them tremendous confidence. Lincoln's one of the best teams in the state, and like I mentioned, you want to play your best basketball as you head into March, and guess what? We're almost into March. Next week's the last week of the regular season. You'll start playoffs the following Tuesday, and this team with a lot of confidence right now. And you know what? I think if you're Lincoln, you just regroup. You got another opportunity to clinch the PIL title on Tuesday. You go ahead and do that, and you get yourself geared up for what's coming in state.
You look at the PIL standings now. Lincoln falls to 13-1. Cleveland improves to 11-3. Not a lot of games left. It was an outside chance for Cleveland to come back in this thing. There's only 2 games left, so
yeah, they would need to win 2 and Lincoln to lose 2, and they would end up in a tie for first place. But if anything, I think Coach Glasgow mentioned before the game, he said, well, let's just delay that a little bit longer if we can.
That's right. And again, this victory for Cleveland, it's about the state rankings. Of course, with the state tournament coming up, you want to be the higher of the seed you can be, the easier the second round matchup is, the easier the first round matchup is. So
Absolutely.
They're hoping to avoid that, and they're surely going to avoid that a little bit with this victory. And also, just going back to last season, Cleveland wins all 3 against Lincoln last year. Very early scheduling game this year, 4th game of the season. These two teams have to play. Lincoln ends up beating them, but Cleveland gets revenge kind of when both teams are at their peaks. So I think Cleveland feels pretty good about where they stand in, if we can call it a rivalry, this rivalry with kind of 4 out of the last 5 against these Cardinals.
Yeah, and more importantly, too, if you're Cleveland, you're going to have to win a road game in the playoffs to get back to the Child Center of the quarterfinals. And I think winning here tonight at Lincoln pretty much shows them they could win anywhere in the state. Exactly
right. So just recapping this game, look at who are the top performers, starting with Lincoln, who ends up losing the game by 4 points, 62-58 our final. Moroni Sealy Roberts, coach, with 28 points tonight, a huge performance, but that's to be expected. He's been doing that pretty consistently.
Yeah, he started it knocking down threes in the first quarter, and I thought really kept them in it while Malachi struggled a little bit from the field. Moroni really, and then down the stretch, too, attacking the basket, getting to the line.
He scores 28 out of the 58 points. The points scattered around a little bit. Malachi Sealy Roberts, 0 at halftime, did end up with 10 points. Graham Eichenberry with 8 points. Isaac Margolis had 4. Jahala Van had 4, as did Jimmy McCartan. And that's all the points. I mean, when you have one player score almost half of your points, that's a problem. 28 out of the 58 is nearly 50%. So certainly something that Heather Sealy Roberts doesn't want to happen. But meanwhile, for Cleveland, much more spread around.
Yep.
SC Tresvant with 14 points. Jamel Peashan did end up leading the team with 16 points, and thanks to those clutch free throws down the stretch. I mean, he wasn't even thinking about them. I think as soon as Cleveland was starting to feel it a little bit, they were getting closer and closer. Those last 2 free throws he made, it didn't even feel like a pressure situation to him. Just swish and swish two times in a row.
No, to have a senior veteran guard go to the line and close the game is what all you can hope for as a coach.
Jackson Owens with 12. Jackson Cooper with 10 points. Ben Lyons with 7 points. Josh Huss with 2 points. So very spread out, and I'm sure that's the way. I mean, you only get 10 points from your star in Jackson Cooper. You still get a victory like this. I'm sure Sam Glasgow has to feel great about his team.
Well, he didn't come out of the game, played the entire 32 minutes, and I'll tell you what, I bet he finished with about 7 assists and probably double-digit rebounds, which that's really where he helps this team.
So we talked about how many games they have left and kind of how Lincoln can end up winning the conference.
Yeah, just either one win by Lincoln or one loss by Cleveland, and it'll clinch the league for Lincoln.
So let's look at this schedule here. Ida B. Wells on February 21st, and then Jefferson on February 24th. That's for Cleveland. And then Benson, at Benson, is a tough matchup for Lincoln, and then against Ida B. Wells. So Lincoln's got those 2 teams left. What have you seen from those 2 teams, and how realistic is it for Cleveland to maybe get thoughts about winning this conference?
Well, all you can do is take care of what you can do. So Cleveland just needs to go out and win their next game and see what happens. And if you're Lincoln, it's the same thing. You don't worry about what's going on with Cleveland. Coach Sealy Roberts will have this team focused on Tuesday, and they'll be ready to clinch this title. I think there was a little extra motivation knowing that Cleveland ended their season last year. But credit to Cleveland. They came in here fearless. They attacked the press from the get-go. They went right at the size. They took quality shots. And like you said, they spread it around. So many different guys hit big shots and made big plays. And if you're going to win on the road against a good team, you have to have guys make winning plays.
What do you think, Coach? Could it be a 5 versus 12 matchup, maybe 11 versus 6? These 2 teams, it's not completely unrealistic that these 2 teams could see each other in that second round.
Not at all, or even in the Child Center at the quarterfinals.
The way Cleveland's playing, it also not unrealistic. I'm sure Lincoln would love to see them once again with the victory and the way it happened and some of the antics after the game. But Lincoln, I think this one's going to sting a little bit, but still a chance to win the conference, which would be a great feat in its own right. Any parting thoughts as we sign off on our broadcast?
No, 2 very well-coached teams. 2 teams play unselfishly. Good high school basketball game on a Friday night in the PIL, and I think, like you mentioned, 2 of the premier teams right now in the PIL.
Well, from our production crew, including Ryan Johnson, my color man tonight, Joel Sobotka, I've been Sean MacPherson from Lincoln High School, signing off. Cleveland wins it 62-58 over Lincoln. Lincoln takes its first loss of the conference season. Everyone have a great night.